Hello students, welcome back. So I hope you have done up to chapter 4 nicely, and today we are going to start coal and petroleum, that is NCRT chapter number 4. So today there are total 5 topics in this chapter, but today we are going to discuss about coal and petroleum a bit, not in detail but a bit. Just an introduction will be there. Next is types of natural resources and what is fossil fuel. Only about this we will discuss in this video. Okay, so let's go straight to see. When we are talking about fuels and this type of terms, the first thing you have to know, that is what is energy. See, this term energy, this is very much important if you are going to read in higher classes with physics. Then this term will thrill you in many ways. You will learn many types of energy like kinetic energy, potential energy, thermal energy, solar energy, biomass energy, and so on. I can't say the whole because there are many. So what is energy? What does this term actually signifies? The energy is something which gives you the ability to do some work. Okay. So see, if you want to know how I can create energy in home, so you will say with the help of some solution which is electrolytic, and we can put some anode and cathode into it and we can make energy. See, you cannot create, you neither create and nor destroy energy by your own. You can only transfer energy from one form of energy to the another one. Okay, meaning what? Suppose you are having a bulb. You can see here it's a bulb and it's glowing, right? So with help of electric energy or electrical power supply, you are doing this, you are glowing the bulb. Now this bulb is glowing with the help of electrical energy, right? I'm writing here for you electrical energy. Okay, now this electrical energy will provide, yes, light energy only, right? But if you glow it for some time, if you let it glow for some time, and then if you switch it off and touch it, you will feel some heating effects of it, right? So the electrical energy not only supply or convert that into light energy, but also supply some heating effect or heat energy, or sometimes it is also known as thermal energy as well. Okay, so means here the electrical energy, I am writing the initials only, EE, electrical energy, is now converting into light energy plus thermal energy or heat energy. Thermal or heat energy, right? So here you can see that the heating effect or the light you are getting from a bulb is nothing but transformation of energy from the electric energy, right? So you are not creating light, you are actually transforming electrical energy into light energy. So that is how you can say that energy is something which is always conserved. Conservation of energy it is called. Okay, hope you understand up to this. So in the next slide we are going to discuss about various sources of energy. In 2 slides we are going to divide it. So first you can see, first is biomass energy. So you know a bit about it in science fair or something, science exhibitions, or many cases we have learned it, everything, you know it very well, right? Next is the thermal energy or geothermal energy. So within Earth's surface there are some hot spot within which you can have this type of geothermal energy. Okay, so it is also a natural source of energy. Next is the hydroelectricity or hydropower point. So here it is. It's also a conversion of potential energy into electric energy, right? So here you can see a dam is situated near any big river or something like that, and it is enclosed. Suppose this is the flow of river and here you make a dam. Okay, so you actually close the natural flow of the river. So the water level will increase on the either side of the dam, and as the height is increased, that is the water level, the height of the water is increased, so you are increasing the potential energy. Okay, and here you have to fix some turbine, some rotating type of thing, and whenever you are releasing that wall, that water, that is the height of the water, this much accumulation of water will tend to rotate that turbine. Whenever the turbine it is going to move, it will provide some electrical energy. So these are few energies or sources of energies. Next is solar energy. This is very familiar, and I think we should have at least a few solar panels for our homes as well. Okay, this is wind energy, this is solar energy, this is coal, and this is petroleum. Okay, so these are some sources of energy. Now, what is the main thing I'm trying to say here? These all sources of energies can be classified capacity of its exhaustibility. Means what? If I can renew that energy or the source of energy many times. Okay, so this could be a category. Another thing, how I am making this. If the nature is directly give this energy to me, or I am making this with the help of some chemical or some technical supports or something like that. So that is man-made, and the first thing is the natural. Okay, so in these two categories we can first divide. First is natural and man-made, and second is if it is renewable or not. So exhaustible, and non-exhaustible, right? So in this 4 parts we can divide this total sources or resources of energy. So first we will study about the category which denotes as renewable energy resources, and the another category is non-renewable energy resources. Okay, so what is this? What these terms are actually mean? See, the energy resources which you can use again and again and which is not going to exhaust easily, that is known as renewable energy resources. And just the reverse one, that is the thing, the source energy resources that you cannot use again and again, that is exhaust easily, which is known as exhaustible energy sources. If I am taking examples, then solar energy, wind energy, these are some examples. See how we can get it clearly. If I am talking about solar energy, I am getting it from sun directly. Okay, so it's a natural resource. What is the age of sun? What is the age of sun? Oh, you cannot answer. Anyway, so age of sun is approximately 10 billion years. Okay, and now at present, no, sorry, it's not age of sun. It's basically the lifespan of sun. Okay, and now the age of sun is 5 billion. Okay, so it's just at the middle portion. I'm talking about 2020. Now it is 5 billion years old. Okay, and more 5 billion years to go to complete exhaustance of the sun. So it's a large process, right? So we can consider it as the inexhaustible energy resource. Okay, on the other hand, if I'm talking about fossil fuels, so fossil fuels, so let's discuss about fossil fuels first. Okay, what are the fossil fuels? See, fossil fuels are basically those we are getting it from the dead remainings of plants and animals. If they are buried under the earth for millions and millions in years, then due to high temperature and pressure under the earth, it will completely transform into fossils, and those fossils we can use as fuel. So those are also termed as fossil fuels. So what are those? We can take examples like coal and petroleum. Okay, so this is just the introductory video, so I am just concluding it here only. So what are the basically, okay, one more thing to discuss, that is fossil fuels are basically exhausting quickly now because the population is increasing and each and every person is basically using natural resources directly, indirectly. So of course we need to completely wise when it comes to use of fossil fuel. So next is, what are the types of fossil fuels? So in this chapter we are going to discuss about it elaborately. What are the components, what are the compositions, how it makes in case of natural gases, in case of petroleum, in case of coal, all we will learn in detail. Okay, so there are these three portions, that is type of fossil fuels. One is coal, petroleum and natural gas. So thank you for watching. So in each video till now I have placed at least one such question for you to answer in the comment box, right? So in this video I'm going to ask you a question which is a bit funnier this time. The question is, in this time, the surrounding, the circumstances which is around us, we are just out of our regular routines, right? Like if it is a normal day, then you and me both are going to school, definitely for different purposes, but yeah, in the scheduled time we will go to school, we will enjoy the lessons, we will study together, we will grow together, learn together, play together, right? But now we are just going out of track nowadays. So what is your favorite pastime? What are you doing now in most of the time at home? Let me know in the comment box. Only in one phrase, like I'm studying or I'm watching videos uploaded by you and other teachers. Like in this you can write, or I'm playing football, which is not possible. Alone you cannot play, or something like that, right? So if you're asking to me this question, then I am uploading video for you, listening music all the day round, and study a little bit, and also researching about 2 to 3 things which come across me, which surprising for me. So yeah, all this 4 to 5 things I'm doing apart from everything we are doing regularly. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching, and please let me know in the comment box. Bye bye.